Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Worst Guitar Pedals Ever. And the pedal we're going to be checking out is going to be the MXR Fullbore Metal. Before we even jump in and see how this metal sounds, MXR already has a strike against them. Because when I got this pedal off of eBay, right? And when I ordered it, I didn't exactly look in the description. And in the description of it, it had that the knobs were falling off on here, right? So when I got the pedal, when I took it out of the box, the first thing that happened, one of these little pedals fell on the floor. One of these little knobs, excuse me, I can't talk. It fell on the floor, I didn't lose it, and I kept it. But let me roll that beautiful B footage and let me show you what I had to do. It wasn't that hard. I just took some Gorilla Glue on a Q-tip and I put it on the knobs that had fell off. I made sure it was turned, all the way to the left, so that way when I put it on, it would match right. And they're still on here. I didn't use a lot of Gorilla Glue because Gorilla Glue likes to swell. So the knobs stayed on fine, but that's crappy design on MXR's part, which was really weird because they make a lot of good pedals. Some of the best pedals ever made are from MXR, and they even make the Horizon Devices line too, which they got some good stuff in there too. But the knobs, no. I mean, I guess they wanted to keep it low profile, so that way, they could fit a lot of knobs on here and they had a lot of stuff to squeeze in one little box. I get it, but I don't like it because I have some pedals from a competitor that are 30 plus years old and the knobs still haven't fallen off. But this, pedal is cool. We have, volume, we have a mid frequency, which we can sweep right here. We have, gain, low, mid, high, and we have something that's really cool. We have a gate in here, and we do have a scoop. Because, who likes mids? Scoop them all out. Who cares? The more you scoop your mids, the more babes you get. So we have that to scoop right here. We have Velcro on the back. Power goes in on the side. I don't really like power on the side, to tell you the truth. I'd rather it on the top. You hear that, pedal manufacturers? Power on the top. So enough of me rambling. Let's plug this thing up and see what it sounds like. Everything is all plugged up. Let's check out the clean sound we're going to be working with. Nice, clean, and beautiful clean sound we got going on there. As you can probably already see on pedal cam, we have everything straight up. I have the scoop and I have the gate off. So let's kick things on and let's get a little full bore. So let's twist a little bit of knobs here and see if we can get this thing sounding pretty decent. Let me, I need to set the mid frequency because I don't exactly know what frequency it sounds best. So let me chug and turn. Well, that didn't exactly help me any. Let's see if I crank the mid. That kind of helped, I guess. We have the gain pretty high up. Let's back off the bass a little bit and let's crank some high. Actually, it sounds better with the high all the way down, which I just recently discovered. More bass, maybe? That sounds fairly decent. Gain? sounds semi-decent with it. Right there, I'm gonna leave the volume right where it's at for now. We'll mess with that later on. Just kind of jam and see how this sounds. Put a little bit more gain. Maybe about right there. I mean, it kind of sounds okay, but I much rather the gain down. I find the harder you push the gain, the more bass and more bassy and out of control that it gets. So this kind of seems to be like just setting it up and twisting knobs. This seems to be the best way to get it sound good. Let's kick on the gate. All right, nice little green light there, LED for the gate. The gate is okay. It's not the best in the world. I really don't have a lot of noise and stuff going on through my signal right now, so it isn't really... It does keep things pretty quiet. It's not overly extreme, which is pretty nice. Let's kick the gate off, and so... I really don't have a whole lot of mids running in here, but let's scoop the mids out, see how that sounds. Yeah, this pedal is pretty much, I should just named it the dime bag pedal because it's great for that tone. It nails it. So let's see what it sounds like when you scoop the mids and you take all of the mids out. Let me jack the highs up. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay, so we've scooped the mids, we played with the knobs, but MXR was nice enough to give us some settings to try in the manual. Let me dial those in right quick for you guys. The first one is, I got them on my computer screen off camera. So it's 90 nights sleep tight. So that is the mid knob. I forgot to mention this. The mid knob goes from 200 hertz to 5 kilohertz. So we're at 5 and we're cranking it right there. We have the gain is right in the middle. We have absolutely no mids. We have the low right about there, and highs is right about there. So this is 99 sleep. that would not help me sleep tight. That actually gives me nightmares. And next one up is GNU Metal. It's spelled G-N-U Metal. GNU Metal. Alright, let's do this GNU Metal here. The mid frequency is yonder. That is right there. Highs are down. Mids are there. And the lows are kind of in the same place. We got a little bit more. Okay, let's try out this GNU Metal. If you think nu metal sounds like absolute butt, then that would be the great settings for you. So the last one they were nice enough to give us is called Tune Down Doom. Tune Down Doom. The mid frequency changes to I guess like 2.5 to 3. Gain. Oh, yep, we got more gain. Got more gain. The lows are up at 5 or noon, scooping some mids, and we have a little bit more high. So this is some doom. Gonna do my best to play some tune. Alright, super quick. Since you know I like to teach you guys the great things here on Worst Guitar Pedals Ever, I'm going to crank everything, right? See how this awesome beast sounds. I'm going to put the gate on because the noise level came up. And this is it fully cranked in front of the amp using a clean channel. Then I'm going to jump over into the effects loop because it's always fun to hear there. Okay, let's check it out. Dear God, that is very interesting. Okay, give me a second and I'm gonna put it in the effects loop. Got the pedal in the effects loop. Everything is pretty much still wide open. I had to drop the volume because otherwise it was extremely too loud and insane. So this is what it sounds like in the effects loop. Yeah, it still sounds shrilly as crap. Let me adjust this really quick. Let's go back to the GNU Metal setting and see if that even makes a difference. See if it sounds better, I guess you could say. Because, I mean, not all nu metal is garbage. I mean, you know, Limp Bizkit and Korn were what I jammed back in the day, back in the early 2000s. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. That that sounds a lot better than when it was running in front of the amp. It sounds like it needs a little bit more high. Let's see what this sounds like when we scoop. Yeah, it doesn't sound all that great. Let me see if I can actually douse something decent in. Let's check out the gate real quick. Makes things a little tighter. Yeah, the gate's pretty decent. It's alright. So that about wraps things up for the full bore metal. Let's have a final discussion about what we think about it. Now that we have experienced all of the full bore metal, I guess this is a distortion pedal, was what we classify as. A distortion pedal has to offer. What are your thoughts on it? Well, first of all, like I said in the opening, I didn't like that the knobs fell off. These pedals are not that old, okay? They're really not. And brand new, they're still selling this thing for $100. And I do not think it's worth $100. At most, it's maybe worth 30 or 40. As far as it comes to sound wise, in front of the amp, I didn't really like it at all. I mean, if you're going for an extreme metal sound that's, you know, that sounds like Dimebag, then by all means, yes. Because that's what this thing does, is it nails that type of tone absolutely perfect. You can scoop the crap out of your mids. I liked it a little bit better in the effects loop. It opened up things a little bit more. But for $100, which just goes for a new, like I was saying, I don't really think it's worth the $100. I know I said that before. I'm reiterating it again. It doesn't really go anywhere. Like when you're plugging it up and you tweaking the buttons on it, it hits a wall very fast. I know a lot of people like this pedal, and I know a lot of people can get a lot of good tones out of this pedal, but it didn't work for me. Tell me your secrets. How did you get a good tone out of this pedal? Because I would really love to know. I mean, I want it to sound great. Just either I suck or I just couldn't get it to work right. I really don't know. Overall, I would have to say it is one of the worst pedals ever, because it, you know, kind of only does one thing really well. But enough about me. What about you? Have you had good experiences with this thing? Do you agree with me? Do you think it is one of the worst pedals ever? Let me know in the comments down below. But as for me, I'm gonna have to be out. Peace.